What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, a Knick fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I want you to do me one small favor. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop. Hit the notification bell. All right, y'all, let's get into this video. I'm pretty sure all of y'all done heard about the trade. I'm going to give you my opinion, and then I'm going to tell you why I think there's 3 reasons that this will help the New York Knicks win the championship. I know the thumbnail said Brunson and Towns will lead the Knicks to a championship, but it's all because of this trade. All right, let's get into this trade real quick. As I said, the Knicks acquired Cat from the T-Wolves for Randall and Denver Chizio. I always blow that name up. But before I get into it, I have to talk about my past comments. I didn't think this trade was going to happen. I'm going to be real. Maybe because I'm biased, because I really do like Randall. I thought he was our path to a championship. But the more I look at this trade and NBA 2K, they already made the trade. So the more I look at this trade, the more I like it. You know what I'm saying? I know some people have their feelings about Cat and the way he played, but I think him and Jalen Brunson will really play well together. Let's just compare these guys, and then I'm gonna give you my 3 reasons why this will, and I'm gonna be real with you, this will get the Knicks to the championship, and then I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why this just might blow up in the New York Knicks face. All right, let's just get to the comparisons real quick. You look at the score at their score and what they do, what they score per game. If you look at Julius Randle, 24 points, 9.2 rebounds, 5 assists, steals 0.5, blocks 0.3, 35 minutes per game, shoot 47% from the field, 31% from downtown, 78 from the free throw line, and a TS of 56. Um, and he didn't play that many games. He's out half the season since January 9th, if I'm correct. And who knows? His stats could have really been much better. His stats could have been much better. Who knows? Cat played the whole season, end of the season, points per game, lower than Julius Randle. So we might lose a couple of points there. Um, I don't know how many 50-point games Cat scored in his career. I'll look that up in my next video. And what else can I say? They're almost like a mirror image of one another when you look at the stats. But as players on the court, they're totally different. Where Julius Randle, um, people want to call him a ball stopper. Like everything stopped once he get the ball. People call Anthony Towns a ball hog. So they both have their cons and they both have their pros. But which of their pros will get? Which one of these guys' pros will help the New York Knicks win the championship? And as I think about it, I think it's Carl Anthony Towns. And I'm a Julius Randle fan. You know what I'm saying? We look at their accomplishments throughout their careers. Rookie of the Year for Towns, 4-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. Julius Randle, I'm be real, that most improved player, I really don't like that accolade. I don't, you know what I'm saying? It just says you was a bum last year. MIP mean you was terrible than you was. I know it's something to look at, but that just mean last year you wasn't shit. 3-time All-Star, Towns got one up on him, and a 2-time All NBA. So they're both right about there. But if you want to think about Julius Randle being in the league for 10 years, Towns 9, um, I really do like this trade. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really do like this trade, and I really do think it will help the New York Knicks get over that hump. Uh, you had the analysts talking about the New York Knicks was the favorite to beat Boston. Right now, well, I think they beat Boston. You know what I'm saying? With this team, I was kind of, on the fence with Julius Randle, but with this team and with Kristaps Porzingis being out, I think that by the time Porzingis come back, the Knicks can, build such a lead in the standing department that Boston won't be able to catch up. So I think when time comes to see when we get to the playoffs and everybody talking about we can beat the Knicks, beat the Celtics. The Celtics got to make it there, and the Knicks got to make it there. That's to the NBA Finals. That is, both of them teams got to make it there. I don't know if Boston going to make it there this year. I'm just being real. I'm just throwing that out there. If you're a Boston Celtics fan, you came across this video. That's just my opinion. I don't hate on the Celtics, even though I hate Boston in general because I'm a New Yorker. You know what I'm saying? I rode the New York Jets, the New York Knicks, and the New York Yankees. Now we know the rivalry story behind all them teams. So I kind of contradicted myself when I say it's not like I hate Boston. I hate Boston. You know what I'm saying? I hate Boston. Let's just go there and be real. I hate Boston. So with this team that we just put together, yeah, because you got to think about the team. And I know I wanted to say that for down the line, but I'm going to talk a little bit about it now. We brought in two guys, right? And just 2 weeks ago, we was talking about which one we were going to choose. Either it was going to be Morris or it was going to be Shamit. We don't have to choose by neither one of these guys. I don't know if the Knicks had this back in their mind back then when they brought these two guys in, because now it kind of solidify the pieces that we just moved out. Now, let's just go over for a second real quick, because we're going to talk about the starting lineups. I'm gonna get off the trade because the trade it didn't happen, and I think it's good for the New York Knicks. And I want, oh yeah, I have to give you my reasons. All right, before I get to this bench, let me give you my reasons why I think, you know what I'm saying, that this will elevate the New York Knicks to the championship. Number one, the offense. I think this trade make the offense dynamic. Jalen Brunson is known for what? Excellent playmaking and his scoring ability, while Carl Anthony Towns is a versatile big man who can score from anywhere on the court. So, in my opinion, together they can create that dynamic offense that will be difficult for opponents to defend. Brunson's ability to drive and dish, combined with Towns shooting and his post-up skills, it will open up the floor for Ananobi, Mikal Bridges, and whoever else on the court. So them two guys alone, it's going to do wonder for the offense. And I know some would say, Julius Randle, what he did on the offensive end, he was just as good, but nah, not like Towns, because Towns is going to really stretch the floor. He's going to open so much up for the other players on this team that, like I said, the opponents is going to have a hard time defending everybody. Number two, and some of you going to disagree, and if y'all disagree, please hit me in the comments, because I do look forward from hearing your comments. I think the defense have improved. You know what I'm saying? Carl Anthony Towns, he's not known for he's not a strong defensive presence, but he's a defensive presence in the paint. Period. He's 7 feet, and that will help the Knicks defense overall. And when we compare his shot blocking skills, no, he's not Mitchell Robinson. But as I pointed out in the stats, he's better than Julius Randle. The rebounding abilities is there. Randle do have that over him. Randle's a rebound machine, but he can get rebounds. So when it comes to the defense, it will complement, Brunson on the perimeter defense, because I think we're having another 7 footer in there with another 7 footer, Twin Towers. Because when Mitchell Robinson come back, if the Knicks don't make no more moves, we're gonna have two 7 footers in the paint. That alone is gonna be deterring shots. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make it harder for opponents to score both inside and outside. That's just my opinion. So number two, he improved the defense. Now, this is something tricky that I know some of you, like I said, not gonna agree with me, but hit me in the comments and tell me why you don't agree with me. I think Towns bring a little bit more leadership than Randall. I mean, both him and Brunson have experience in high pressure situations. They can provide valuable leadership on and off the court, something that we didn't see Julius Randle do at all. They have combined experience and basketball IQ will help guide the younger players like Colette, Tyler, the creator. Don't forget my our young center and Hokaporti. I can't pronounce that name. And it just will create a winning mentality for the team. And leadership is crucial if you want to make it deep in the playoff and Brun's ability, or well, ultimately winning a championship. I think that Towns do bring um a more leadership present than Randall did. So I know some will say, him and Anthony and Edward Anthony's didn't really mesh. But Anthony Edwards has got a lot of growing up to do. He's kind of a still childish. And I think that's going to be a problem for Julius Randle. Tell me in the comments. Do you? I think Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle going to mesh? Because I don't think so. Because Julius Randle is kind of a loner offer by himself, and Anthony look like he's one of them prankster type guys. You know what I'm saying? Now, here are three reasons that this can blow up in the Knicks' face. And I know I talk about, he improved the defense, but there is defensive concerns with with Carl Anthony Towns. Although he's versatile offense on the offensive end, his defensive capabilities have often been questioned. I'm not gonna lie. He struggled with the pick and roll situation, and sometimes protecting the rim is a liability, and it just might be a liability for the Knicks. Um, I'm not going to talk about what he done in the playoff games that was crucial that cost the Minnesota Timberwolves games with his lack of rim protection. As I think him coming to Tibbs, Tibbs is going to get more defense out of him than Finch did. That's just how I feel. I think Tibbs will be able to get more of a decent presence out of him. I think the coach in Minnesota, I think Towns had his way with him. Not like he didn't push Towns to his fullest capabilities that I think Tibbs will do. And coming to the Knicks, I already know Towns already know what Tibbs expects. So I think on the defensive end and protecting the rim, he's gonna be better than he was in Minnesota. Now the chemistry and the fit, integrating two players like Jalen Brunson and Towns into a cohesive unit can be challenging. There might be concerns about how Brunson and Towns, how they playing style mesh. You know what I'm saying? Brunson is a ball dominant player who excels in creating plays while Towns is used to this being the focal point of the offense. Let's be real. He's used to having the ball all the time. So finding that right balance and ensuring both players can thrive together, it might take some time. So that first 10 games is going to be crucial for the New York Knicks. It might be a stumbling block. I did some simulations and I was going to do the video. So that video is coming out. But the thing about when I did my simulations, as I was simulating the teams, it didn't have the roster that it had right now. So I actually have to do my simulation over. But in my simulations, the Knicks went 6-4 in the first 10 games. With this trade, it might just be 4-6 because it's going to take time for these guys to find the chemistry and for it to fit, for them to work together, find that fit. Now, some people might say it's a depth issue because we lost Dante. And this is where when I started talking about Morris and Shemit earlier in the video, is when I said, was this Leon Rose plan the whole time? Because if you think about it, bringing in Shemit and Morris, while you already know you about to ship Randall and Dante out, that replaced two important pieces, two roster spots, because everybody was talking about that the Knicks had, one spot left on that 15-man rotation. All the other spots was guaranteed or two-way contracts or whatever. The Knicks was pretty much strapped, when it came to the rotation. But now that you think about them bringing them two guys in, and we was talking about debating, and y'all watched the shows or who the Knicks was going to pick. I think the Knicks had this plan all along because Morris is perfect fit for Julius Randle, you know, spot, on the coming off the bench, that power forward. And Towns, he might start the season as our starting center because we all know Mitchell Robinson's going to be out to January. In my video, I predicted February. Please don't be mad at me. It's just Mitchell Robinson have a way of letting us down. Um, so when you look at this can work. I'm just gonna say it like this. This can really work. So that brings us back to the starting unit. And this is the projected starting unit right here. You got Miles, you got Hart, you got Ananobi, Towns, and Brunson. But in my opinion, it should be a mix-up. It should be a mix-up. And our starting shooting guard should be Shamit. I think Shamit give us the best scoring opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because defensively, um, until Mitchell Roberts come back. And once Mitchell Roberts come back, I want to throw Mikal Bridges into that shooting guard position. But for right now, I think Shaman should come because with Josh Hart going to the bench, it gives us that extra oomph coming off the bench, the heart coming off the bench, more rebounds coming off the bench. And we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that because the bench, although I like I say, we talked about the depth issue. That's what we're talking about. So we got into the whole bench and everything. But depth wise, I think the Knicks are all right depth wise. You know, some people might say that that might hurt the Knicks depth wise, but it all ties with the starting unit and how we work the second unit. And I think Tyler's going to see more time. Then we're going to have faith in Deuce, and then with Hart. Oh, that second unit is going to be kind of small if you think about it, man. But I still have faith. You know what I'm saying? Sims gonna have to come off the bench. Then we're gonna have to work Sims and Chua in. I guess they're gonna be on the court at the same time. There's gonna be a lot of things to figure out. We're gonna see that in preseason, and then after preseason, that's what usually we get to that starting lineup. But right now, I still like the depth that this team have. I like the moves that the Knicks made in this period. I'm gonna be real, just period. I like the moves the Knicks made because it makes the team more fluent, you know what I'm saying? More mobile. You know what I'm saying? I think this was unexpected, you know what I'm saying? A lot of not maybe to not a lot of y'all didn't, other channels, they probably have it figured out. I don't watch other channels. And sometimes I may, sometimes I not. They may have called this, but I guess because I was biased in how I felt about Randall, I didn't think that the Knicks would make this move. And now if you think about it, there's only one way, one reason, because we all hearing that Julius was. I'm hearing about that extension that he wasn't willing to sign it. Maybe he didn't think he's going to get the amount of money he wanted. I don't know. Maybe he want his team back. Like if he go to Minnesota, that's Anthony Edwards' team, and I don't think them two guys are going to mesh well. But like I said, I didn't think this trade was going to happen. Ran into one of my subscribers. He don't live too far from me. We had a little debate for like 5 minutes, and I did not think this trade was going to happen. I'm just going to be real. I did not think this trade was going to happen. But now that it did, I'm all behind it. I'm actually, what's the word? I ain't going to say giddy, but I'm actually confident. I'm really confident that the New York Knicks is going to make the NBA Finals. That Boston's not even going to be a problem. Tell me what y'all think. Hit me in the comments. Like I said, hit me in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, especially if you've been here this long. But hit me in the comments. Do y'all think the New York Knicks made the right move so that we can finally come down the canyon, join the Yankees, you know what I'm saying? The Mets, you know what I'm saying? With a championship for the New York Knicks. Well, excuse me, for New York, period. You know what I'm saying? We deserve it. New York Knicks fans, we deserve this. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless and peace.